Hi guys, how you doing? Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Hi guys, how you doing? Hi.
Fine, you?
Good. Hi guys. Hi guys, how you doing? Hi. I'm one of the artists in the Latin American exhibition, and one of
We
the
just came from there.
yeah, and one of the projects I'm doing is a petition to ask Pope
But
Francis.
I'm no American.
That's okay. Where are you from, Italy?
Sí.
Bueno, soy un artista que participa en la exposición de arte latinoamericano. One of the projects I'm doing is a petition I created to ask Pope Francis to give Vatican City citizenship to immigrants nobody wants, like undocumented and refugees. No matter what religion they profess, no matter what country they are from, no matter what race they are.
Firmate. Firmate.
Che cos'è?
È una petizione per far sì che gli immigranti, che Papa Francesco agli immigranti senza documenti gli danno la cittadinanza al Vaticano.
Okay.
Ah, carina.
I'm an artist who works with immigration issues. I want to get into people's mind and people's political imaginary. For me, it's really nice when I talk to people and they kind of get the idea. You can see something in the expression. And I think it's interesting because a lot of people know it's impossible. Like they say, well, this is impossible. But the impossible is only impossible until somebody make it possible.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah? Okay, why?
Because my family came here legally and so does everyone else.
But
I can't do it.
no, ¿y son argentinos?
Sí.
Mira, los primeros argentinos no me firman, los momentos los argentinos. ¿Y por qué no?
La verdad es que siento que para firmar y estar de acuerdo con alguien, con algo, primero tienes que estar bien interiorizada, ¿no?
Claro. Y pues si tiene preguntas, me puede hacer preguntas, yo le puedo hacer preguntas.
And if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere.
The Pope has a double function. It is the head of state, but at the same time, it's the head of the church. The Francis Effect is an art piece that wants to talk about the Catholic Church, specifically the Vatican, as a political entity. The Vatican is a recognized state that was conceived out of an idea, in this case, a religious idea. So what if we have other places in the world in which people gather together out of an idea and not out of a piece of land that belonged to your ancestors? That's the Pangea.
This is what the continents used to
Super-
look like before
exactly.
they got split up by earthquakes.
Okay.
And then it was way before countries existed and border existed, so when everybody could go wherever they want without visas and papers. The Pope was in Lampedusa, and he made a pretty emotional speech there, very symbolic. The table had the shape of a boat, so it was like an art piece, it was like an installation. The Pope has been very outspoken about treating immigrants differently, and he came up with the globalization of indifference as a concept that I really liked. I feel, like many other people, that this is a problem that has to be solved at a global scale with international institutions. Immigrants do not need charity, they need papers. Let's take the Pope words and ask him to walk the talk. ¿Así dicen? Interesante. ¿Y tú qué eres? ¿Metodista también? ¿Y tú ateo? No. Yo también, ateo. Está bien, bueno, gracias. Que tengas un bonito día. This is very simple performance art. I'm interacting with the audience one-to-one. Now you are equal. I decided that I was going to produce art for people who do not think like me. Anywhere. You tell me one country and I tell you there is immigrants there.
In Syria?
Yes, they are actually. It's harder right now, but I think it's more satisfying because the friction that you can create when you're having this conversation is more fulfilling for me than just like a little pat in the shoulder. But the signature is kind of the theatrics that you need for people who don't believe in art, people who don't believe in the power of ideas. At the same time, it is a way to mobilize people to think the impossible, like what if somebody actually decides to say, yes, I'll give all the immigrants in the world who are undocumented or refugees their papers so they can be seen other than illegal or negative way. Even if they don't sign, that they think about it. No, and then put the little seed in their head. That's for me what art is.
Tendrían.
Sí, tendría que ser, ¿cierto, no? Yo no les diría que firmaran porque tendría que ser, ustedes son menores de edad.
Sí.
Tendría que ser con la mamá o el papá que le autorice porque son menores. Pero sí, al menos les voy a regalar para que tengan la página web de nosotros y ahí pueden mirar todo lo que tenemos. A ver, espérate. Papá.